Is this your wake-up call? On August 28th, 2026, we experience a powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. The lunar eclipse in Pisces marks a major turning point where final resolutions in long-term personal issues may occur. Hidden feelings, intuition, and subconscious patterns may rise to the surface, giving us an opportunity to heal, release, and finally bring closure to something we've been carrying for a long time. The Virgo Pisces eclipse axis represents a cosmic balancing act between the practical material world and the vast spiritual universe. Virgo is connected with analysis, facts, details, and logic. Pisces is connected with dreams, intuition, imagination, and those gut feelings we just can't explain. This opposition asks us to find a balance between what we know and what we feel, between the facts in front of us and what our intuition may be telling us. And this is where the central alignment of this eclipse becomes especially important. The Pisces-Virgo-Gemini T-square. The moon in Pisces is opposite the sun conjunct Mercury in Virgo, and both are square Uranus in Gemini. The full moon itself creates a tension between our emotions and our thought processes. The Pisces moon may be telling us, I feel this, while the sun and Mercury in Virgo want to analyze it. They want the facts, they want to understand the details, they want to make sense of what we're experiencing. Sometimes we may try to analyze our emotions instead of simply acknowledging what we're feeling. And we may question our intuition simply because we can't explain it logically. But then Uranus in Gemini enters the picture. Uranus can bring unexpected information, surprising conversations, and sudden changes in perspective. Something someone says may suddenly make sense of something we've been feeling. A conversation may give us information we didn't have before. Or an unexpected event may cause us to look at a situation from an entirely different perspective. The clarity may come from something we didn't expect, and that may be the wake-up call. Not necessarily because something dramatic happens, but because something unexpected helps our thoughts catch up with what our intuition has already been telling us. The moon in Pisces is sesquiquadrate Venus in Libra. This aspect can make us more emotionally impressionable, particularly in our relationships and interactions with others. We may be more susceptible to allowing someone else's influence to affect our decisions, especially when we're emotionally attracted to someone. This can make it easier to idealize another person or see them through the lens of our emotions. Before allowing our feelings to guide our choices, we need to take a step back, make sure we're seeing the person's character for what it really is, and not simply seeing what we want to see. Emotional infatuation can make it easy to overlook things we could normally recognize. So this is time to feel, but also to use discernment. The moon in Pisces is also trine Mars in Cancer, which is a supportive aspect that can help turn our feelings and inspiration into action. There may be unforeseen or previously unrecognized opportunities that can benefit our family, our home, or our sense of security. Creative and inspirational ideas may come to us unexpectedly. You may suddenly see a different way to improve your home, strengthen your family connections, or create greater emotional security. Mars in Cancer is motivated by protecting what matters most, and when it works with the intuitive Pisces moon, our emotions can become a source of inspiration. Pay attention to those ideas that seem to come from nowhere. They may offer practical ways to create positive changes in the areas of life that matter most. Jupiter, the traditional ruler of Pisces, is also forming a trine to Saturn in Aries. This is a supportive aspect that can help us turn inspiration into something more lasting. Jupiter in Leo encourages confidence, creative expression, and the courage to think bigger. Saturn in Aries asks us to take responsibility for the direction we are choosing and be willing to take action. Together, Jupiter and Saturn can help us balance vision with discipline. This eclipse may reveal something we're ready to release or change, but Jupiter trine Saturn gives us an opportunity to build something stronger in its place. Neptune, the ruler of the Pisces moon, is where Mars in Cancer And this brings in an important caution. Neptune can inspire us with creative ideas and intuitive insights, but it can also make it difficult to see situations realistically. We may become so inspired by what we hope will happen that we promise more than we can actually deliver. Or we may accept promises from someone else without taking the time to question whether they're sincere. This aspect cautions us against overpromising, making commitments we can't realistically fulfill, or allowing wishful thinking to influence our decisions. Before you make a commitment, ask yourself, can I realistically deliver what I'm promising? And if someone is making promises to you, are their actions supporting their words? Intuition can inspire us, but discernment helps us know what to do with that inspiration. This lunar eclipse can bring a moment when something you've been feeling, sensing, or carrying beneath the surface begins to make sense. And with Uranus involved, that realization may come from an unexpected conversation, new information, or a sudden change in perspective. As we move toward the last quarter moon in Gemini, we'll begin turning what we've learned into choices and actions. And that brings us to our next question. What's your next move? I'm Sky Reader Sherry, and this has been your Planetary Outlook. Let the sky be your guide.